Hello guys, welcome to the Alrasta channel to discuss and explain the exciting storyline of your favorite series, SwallowedStar, episode 174. In the previous episode, Luofeng continued his four-stage chain mission from the Virtual Universe Company. The first mission focused on a battle with Pan Shi, the founder of the Fire Phoenix organization, where Luofeng had to defeat various aggressive plants controlled by Pan Shi. Luofeng employs various strategies and advanced technologies to overcome the challenges. Ultimately, he achieves an 82% score on his first mission and gains access to the second stage, located in the Gulun Universe Kingdom, where the Blood Devil trial led by Lapeter, a subordinate of the Blood Devil King, takes place. Faced with two options, Luofeng chooses to protect more lives during the trial. In this stage, Luofeng saved participants at the Star Traveler level who were forced to participate in the Blood Devil trials and successfully completed the second stage with a score of 90%. He was then faced with a new mission. What will the third mission be? To find out, let's dive into the story. After completing the second-level mission, Babata reported to Luofeng that the company's assessment for Luofeng's second-stage chain mission had been released. Luofeng's completion rate for the second mission was 90%, earning him 180,000 points and qualifying him to proceed to the third stage. The content of the third stage of the chain mission is to punish 21 subordinates of the Blood Devil King who have committed crimes. Well, although the Blood Devil King is the leader here, he is not being punished because he did not exceed his boundaries. However, in his role as the leader, the Blood Devil King has received an order to apprehend his 21 subordinates. In this mission, Luofeng must travel to the Blood Devil planet to sentence the 21 individuals and decide their punishment, imprisonment, or execution in the presence of the Blood Devil King. Well, punishing subordinates in front of their leader is the same as humiliating the Blood Devil King. However, according to Luofeng, it is the same as being ordered to enter a tiger's den to kill its cubs. Meanwhile, on his way there, Luofeng looked at the list of names of the subordinates of the Blood Devil King who were to be punished by Luofeng. Before heading to the Blood Devil planet, Luofeng will be accompanied by Fi Ke, an immortal warrior marquis from the Virtual Universe Company, who will serve as Luofeng's guide on this third mission. Meanwhile here, Luofeng feels uneasy. Although he carries orders from the Virtual Universe Company, the Blood Devil King will certainly not dare to defy them. However, if Luofeng's arrival there does not meet the Blood Devil King's expectations, it is feared that he will become the target of the Blood Devil King's revenge. Hearing this, Fi Ke told him to stay calm. Although the Blood Devil King has 10 times the courage, he won't dare to harm Luofeng. However, it depends on Luofeng's decision. If he shows mercy to his subordinates, the Blood Devil King will remember Luofeng's kindness. On the other hand, the Blood Devil King and all his troops had prepared an unpleasant welcome for Luofeng. The Blood Devil King felt aggrieved. After all, how dare the company intervene and punish his men by relying on an envoy who was only at the Domain Master level? Clearly, he alone was enough to handle the situation. Meanwhile, as Luofeng walked, many of the Blood Devil King's troops stared at him with disdain. Thanks to his position, he only felt a slight pressure from the killing aura that was still being held back by the Blood Devil King and all his troops. After Fi Ke greeted the Blood Devil King, he introduced Luofeng as a representative of the Virtual Universe Company, who had come as a judge. Meanwhile, the Blood Devil King approached Luofeng and praised Emperor Zhenyan's judgment for choosing the right disciple. With a domineering tone, the Blood Devil King also asked if it was Luofeng who had foiled the Blood Devil trials managed by his subordinates. Of course, Luofeng replied without a hint of fear. Unexpectedly, the Blood Devil King merely laughed and dismissed it as no big deal. After all, it was only one trial. Hearing this, Luofeng thought to himself that this was not right. In his opinion, the Blood Devil trials were something important to the Blood Devil King, and this was just a lie fabricated by the Blood Devil King. Meanwhile, regarding the Blood Devil trials, Luofeng was merely following orders from the company. However, according to the Blood Devil King, it was Luofeng who made the decision, not the company. This was confirmed by Fi Ke, and the punishment for the 21 subordinates of the Blood Devil King would ultimately be decided by Luofeng. Well, this old man is pretty cunning, guys. Like Atkin from the HR Alliance, who was killed by Luofeng. It turns out he was trying to save himself while also making Luofeng the target of the Blood Devil King's anger.
别站着了，快快随我进店。
这老家伙，
我特意为你准备了。
Then the Blood Devil King invited Luofeng and the others into his palace, where he had already prepared a welcome banquet. Upon arriving, they saw that all the tables were filled with luxurious food, and female servants were ready to serve Luofeng and the others. When Luofeng sat down at the dining table, he was served a luxurious dish of dragon heart steak from Beiling. Meanwhile, Fi Ke didn't hold back, immediately devouring the steak and drinking the flame snow juice greedily. Observing the opulence on the table, Fi Ke estimated that the total value of everything present was 100,000 Hun Yuan, a sum that even he, as an immortal marquis, might not have the chance to spend on such luxurious food.
原单位吧。血魔王，罗峰殿下，托你的福，这桌菜得值10万混。
这点算什么？
不然我一辈子都未必有这。
Meanwhile, Luofeng was still hesitant to eat the food given to him by the Blood Devil King. Well, the MC, who was supposed to judge the subordinates of the Blood Devil King, was actually eating the food given to him. That's just shameless, guys. What's more, Fi Ke was eating heartily and shamelessly told Luofeng to eat too. Instead of protecting Luofeng, this old man is intentionally causing trouble for him. What if Luofeng is unable to impose a strict sentence on the 21 subordinates of the Blood Devil King at this time? When Luofeng refused the Blood Devil King's invitation to eat, Luofeng, who had always aimed to complete his mission, immediately asked about the 21 subordinates of the Blood Devil King, who had committed crimes and demanded that they be punished immediately. Despite all the efforts the Blood Devil King made, he failed to win Luofeng's favor. Glaring at Luofeng, he then ordered his subordinates to drag the 21 criminals in front of Luofeng. Upon arriving before Luofeng, the criminals realized that the two individuals at the front were immortal-level warriors, restrained by chains with a special pattern. The two immortals then pleaded for mercy from the Blood Devil King, asking for another chance. In truth, the Blood Devil King had expressed a desire to grant them both a chance, but at that moment, their fate was not in his hands, but in those of the envoy from the Virtual Universe Company, Luofeng. The Blood Devil King was certain that the envoy would impose the appropriate punishment on the two of them. Through telepathic communication, Dylan informed Luofeng that the Blood Devil King had signaled him to release the two immortals, and the remaining 19 could be executed as a condition for reporting to the company. Thereafter, Luofeng opened one of their crime records, and the crime committed was performing a forbidden ritual by killing billions of young girls. Without saying much, Luofeng immediately sentenced him to death, while Fi Ke was assigned to be the executioner. With just a flick of his wrist, he easily killed the criminal who was at the Wordmaster level. Seeing Fi Ke kill without hesitation, the two immortals were terrified. His real purpose in joining this mission was only to act as an executioner for the 21 people. After Luofeng handed down the death sentence, he would kill them with his own hands without hesitation. After that, Luofeng called out each name individually, ultimately leading to the execution of all 19 world masters.
死刑，德拉寇，死刑，死刑，死刑。
In the end, only two immortals remained, still stubbornly begging for mercy from their master. The Blood Devil King reveals that every warrior at the immortal level is not easily created, and they are considered valuable assets for the human race. Meanwhile, Fi Ke finds amusement in what Luofeng is currently facing. After sentencing the 19 subordinates of the Blood Devil King to death, Will Luofeng dare to kill the two valuable immortal subordinates belonging to him? If Luofeng still intends to impose the death penalty, it would be the same as humiliating the Blood Devil King. After taking a deep breath, Luofeng read out the crimes of one of the individuals named Yishuo. It was stated that he enjoyed slaughtering and torturing billions of young girls, whom he did not even consider human. Without hesitation, Luofeng sentenced him to death. However, just as he was about to be executed, he tried to rebel and fight against Luofeng. But quickly, he was killed by his own master, the Blood Devil King. The reason why he killed his own subordinate was as a final warning to Luofeng, while also venting his anger for being humiliated. Meanwhile, Luofeng ignored the warning and remained determined to punish the last person named Pulide with the death penalty.
罗峰，我诚公平相信你，一定。
他们这是要逼我就范，死刑。哼，普拉德。
Meanwhile, the Blood Devil King held back his anger until he was panting. Before the Blood Devil King changed his mind, he sent his subordinates to escort Luofeng and the others out of his palace. Long story short, aboard the Yunmo, Babata was shocked by Luofeng's boldness in provoking the Blood Devil King to the point of holding back his anger. Meanwhile, Dylan was amazed that Luofeng could still smile after such an incident. After that, Babata provided the latest report on the results of the Level 3 mission evaluation. Surprisingly, Luofeng received a perfect score, 100% mission completion. Babata was curious. How could Luofeng achieve a perfect score on the third mission? After all, in his first mission, Luofeng had only scored 80% when he killed all his targets, which was even considered by Luofeng as being bloodthirsty. Luofeng explained that for the company's superiors, selecting individuals with talent and personality is indeed important. However, there is a more crucial factor, whether the person can be utilized for their interests. It's like having a sophisticated weapon that gives the user an advantage in targeting any target with precision. In this third mission, Luofeng demonstrated the authority of the virtual universe company in the eyes of the Blood Devil King. If Luofeng were to be swayed by the temptations of the Blood Devil King, he would likely not achieve a perfect score. From this explanation, Dylan and Babata realized the truth. Meanwhile, Luofeng opened an incoming message from the company containing details of a Level 4 mission. The message explained that since Luofeng won first place in the competition and became the Chanwu Division Inspector, the Luo family's status had continued to rise. This rise in status has led to an increase in the number of personnel within the Luo family. Despite the strict rules within the Luo family, there are still individuals who secretly commit crimes. After the company conducted an investigation, evidence of crimes committed by 21 members of the Luo family was discovered. This time, Luofeng must return to Earth to judge these 21 individuals. The punishments Luofeng chose include 100 years in prison, 10,000 years in prison, 1 million years in prison, or the death penalty. If Luofeng decides to impose the death penalty, he must personally carry it out. Of all 21 members of the Luo family who committed crimes, most of them committed oppression, murder, and harmed innocent people. Well, the descendants of the MC are really outrageous, guys.
他们死刑的还得亲自给后人们，真够乱来的。动手。
After that, Luofeng checked the list of 21 members of the Luo family. After checking the last name on the list, Luofeng was shocked to find his father's name on it. This made Luofeng furious with the company's decision. He admitted that all 21 people on the list, except for his father, deserved to die. But his father was different, because he only played virtual games every day. How could the company accuse Luofeng's father of committing a crime? Babata explained that this was related to the game his father played, and that he had been expanding his guild in the virtual game world and gaining significant influence within it. Babata stated that this accusation is serious. However, since Luofeng's father's name appears on the list, the rules require Luofeng to impose a sentence on his father, even if it is as minimal as 10,000 years. Luofeng's anger was uncontrollable. How could the company give him the mission to kill his father?
万年，罗峰该怎么？
够死，够狠的。
Meanwhile, Luofeng, as head of the family, ordered his guards on Earth to capture each member of the Luo family whose names were on the list.
从我罗家府邸，魔域拳。
Thereafter, Luofeng examined the reports and evidence of crimes committed by 21 Luo families obtained by Virtual Universe Company. The reports stated that 20 of Luofeng's descendants had indeed committed many undeniable crimes. But as the guild leader, his father had to take the blame for all the guild members' crimes. On the other hand, Luofeng's father appears as an elf-like character wielding a magic staff, currently being chased by a bear monster. Shortly after, unexpectedly, Luofeng logs in and intends to help his father fight the bear monster. However, since Luofeng is still a newbie, he is unable to fight back and is easily struck by the monster's attacks, getting knocked away. Seeing this, the father takes action and effortlessly dodges every attack from the monster. With his experience playing the game Elder Ring on Earth, Luofeng's father unleashes his ultimate magic and instantly kills the bear monster with ease.
要亲了，爸爸！嘿，你可别小看我，年轻的时候，我也是游戏高手。
When night fell, the father and son had a warm family conversation. Although they hadn't talked freely like this in a long time, the father understood that his son must be carrying a heavy burden. However, the father motivated him by saying that the greater a person's abilities, the greater their responsibilities. And that was what Luofeng had to face. The reason the father enjoyed playing games was that when he was young, he loved spending time playing them. However, after he got married and started a family, he realized that, as an adult and a father, he had a great deal of responsibility.
其实年轻的人，是啊，我怎么会忘记？可无论遇到何种麻烦，
Here, Luofeng did not forget his childhood memories of seeing his father come home tired from work. Although Luofeng and Luohua were mischievous children, Luofeng's father always smiled in front of his children. When Luofeng asked his father about the guild he had created, Luofeng's father recounted all of his experiences playing the game. However, Luofeng looked sad as he tried to smile while listening to his father's happy stories about returning to his youth and playing games again.
刀砍冰雪世界飞行，100万大巨怪，骑着魔兽在无尽冰拼杀，阵前斗将。
Alright, thank you for watching until the end, and don't forget to support this channel with likes, subscribe, and comments. That's all from me. Bye.
一周公司法眼，罗凤弟，你很聪明，做事滴水不漏。想，自从您闯过第7层，和家族差不多，你以为瞒得过以后，已经过去几百年了。
要不要赌一赌？谁会是追
修炼变强，守护地球，
听博兰的那个？
罗峰闯通天，
才是对我来说最重要的事。
兵第9重，不
轩桥也引起了不少高层关注。
烟酒亦可敌。